here today at Desertwood Days, and I am your host, Kathy Blaze. Today I am here with Mr. Christian Phyfier. Thanks for joining us.
Of course, of course.
Always a pleasure to see you.
Oh, definitely. It's been a long time.
Yes,
Glad we finally got to do this.
yes. Christian, I've known you for quite a while, and you've been doing so much in the Arizona industry. That's one thing that I've always admired about you.
I try to stay moving as much as possible. I just think that, as long as you're handling business, good things can only come from it, right?
Yes. And you being a young man, and you were always leading. That's one thing I always noticed about you, that no matter what you were doing, you were always a professional leader.
Right.
No matter who you were working with, whether it was in the fashion industry, other industries that you're working with, and also in your own businesses.
Right.
So I know that you started a new business called Scribe.
Yeah.
Scribe Streaming.
Scribe Streaming, yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about Scribe?
So Scribe is a new music streaming app. It's similar to your Apple Music or your Spotify, things like that. But it's just here to replace something that's been missing from the industry. It's, if you look at the industry right now, there's an uproar because most music artists are getting paid nothing for their streams, and since we've stopped selling CDs and physical copies, artists and labels just aren't getting paid as much. So what Scribe is here to do is kind of fix that. This the solution to all of that. So instead of allowing artists to get paid 0.004 cents per stream, we're allowing artists to do microtransactions and actually get paid per subscriber. So, you have 10,000 subscribers and you're saying, hey, pay me 25 cents a month. You're now making way more than you would if you had, if you're doing streaming.
Awesome. That's awesome because, there's so many avenues for people to utilize the entertainer's music.
Right, exactly.
And as you're stating, they're not getting paid for this.
Exactly.
That is awesome because, as talent, we work hard and we create for someone to be able to use our work and not pay us for it.
Exactly. They're licensing your stuff and then telling you how much it's worth. And that's just what we want to get away from. It's like you're creating this show, you're putting all this energy into this, and then you put it out there for someone to tell you, oh, we're only going to pay you this much for it. When you're like, I've invested, I've done so much to get my work out there. And you how can you tell me what my work is worth?
And not only that, to a point where they're telling you what you can use and where you can use your own work.
Right.
That's a problem that we're seeing as well.
It is.
So it seems like you're putting it on this platform.
Right.
It's where they have more control, I should say.
Exactly. So it's like a deregulated market in a sense. Like today, all you have are a few options to put your show out there or to put your music out there if you want to remain independent, different things like that. Well, this is just a new option to say, look, we're going to pull back. We're not going to tell you what you need to do with it. We're just a platform for you to do what you will.
I love that. Because, it's like, and this isn't something that's new. This has been going on for ages. Everyone's making money off of the entertainers or singers. They're out there performing all night long, creating the content, but other people are in control and making all the money off of them. Yeah. And at the end of the day, they're not seeing anything.
Yeah, it's been a sad game for since the beginning of time. I mean, artists and it's first artists and labels, and I mean, it's always been artists and labels. But now it's artists, labels, and streaming companies. Labels have deal with streaming companies. And I mean, we're not necessarily here against the labels in the situation. This is to also assist labels as well. But it is to take a little bit of the power away from the streaming companies who say, this is how much you're worth. And it's just, it's just sad. It's just sad to see that artists can't afford. I mean, Lil Wayne just sold everything to basically because he couldn't afford his life during COVID, during the pandemic.
Wow.
I mean, so there's just he sold all his royalties for a lump sum of cash that will not provide for the rest of his life. He'll have to continue to work. He's a slave to the industry.
Right. So. And this man has been working since he was a teenager.
Exactly.
Right.
14, 15 years old. And he has to, do.
Yeah, but you know what? Like you said, it started way ages ago. Speaking, one of my favorite movies, I can watch that movie forever. Cadillac Records is one of the movies, and they spoke a lot about that. How some of those artists back then in the day, they lost all their rights. They really had nothing.
Right.
All they could do is go and perform on a stage somewhere and hope to get paid for that performance.
Yeah.
But as far as their music. They didn't own it.
They didn't own it. So the only thing they can do is perform. And that's the thing is, so when you turn 60 and you can't perform your music anymore, how do you now generate revenue?
Right.
You know, well, it's to go back to working at Walmart, you know, and that sucks to see someone who was once at a pinnacle, who was on a stage, who sold millions of records, now not be able to perform, or to, you know, they didn't do the correct things with their money. So that now they can't provide. And that's the saddest
thing is to see. I mean, to see someone's family trying to raise money to take care of them.
Yeah.
And you remember this person and that music. Yeah. Your grandparents lived off of this music, and you know, and to see them, it's like you wonder. We as society, we wonder we immediately go, where did they do with all that money?
Right, exactly.
Not knowing that they didn't have all that money.
They really never had it. You know, you look at TLC interviews, and it's super sad. They're like, we have no money. We're broke. They were saying it when they were at the pinnacle. They were doing interviews with people saying, we're broke. We're broke. Help us, you know? Right. So it's been sad since day one. And but ultimately, that's what we're here for. It's just to continue to correct. I've been in the entertainment industry for almost 11 years now. And music has always been my passion. Like, I mean, I play 7 instruments. I mean, I love music. And at the end of the day, I was just like, there has to be a solution to this. So
you play all those instruments. Do you perform yourself?
No.
You're just passionate about it, and you just enjoy it.
I just enjoy it. I'll sit in my house and play ukulele all day long, or play my guitar, and somebody will walk in the door, I'll wrap it all up, put it away. It never existed. I'll play saxophone. Oh, no, close it. Yeah.
Well, you know what they say, you know, something that you love and you're passionate about it, you don't want to have to go make that a job or a career, because then you stop being passionate about it, because of all that stuff we were just speaking about starts to come into play.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah. I mean, when I played baseball, it was the same thing. I love baseball. I'll go to a field any day today, but if you say, hey, wake up at 6 a.m. and start training, I'm like, oh, no, I don't want to play. You know, so that was really what fueled me in the entertainment industry to go behind the scenes as a talent agent, music agent, sports agent, was because I don't like being on the forefront of those things. I love speaking. I'll get on a stage and speak and do motivational speaking or talk about my life or tell a story. But if you ask me to perform at a certain quality where I can't just be me, then that's
so you're the person, you go and you're speaking up for these people,
right?
The industry, the music people, the filmmakers, or whomever that your talent. Right. You're that front man that goes and speak and make sure things are in place.
Right.
So with Scribe, how is this going to benefit Arizona?
Well, for one, I'm a huge proponent of Arizona. I moved here from Indiana, and I have never wanted to live anywhere else since being here. And I feel like Arizona being fresh, it's new, it's growing in the music scene. I mean, in every scene, honestly. But at the end of the day, music is really growing here. It's becoming more popular.
Heard that.
If we can become a staple in the industry the same way LA is, or Atlanta is, or any of the other, you know, bigger labels where they are, if we can become that, if we can say a major streaming platform is being here, is located here in Arizona, then you'll start seeing more of that come here. You'll start seeing us get more tax benefits for entertainment, different things like that. So it really is just about bringing that notoriety to Arizona and to Arizona artists. I think that, you know, for a while we just didn't respect our Arizona artists in comparison. You had to live in LA. You could be from Arizona.
You know what? I'm an Arizona native.
Okay.
And I think as we didn't respect Arizona as a whole.
Right,
I mean, Arizona doesn't have this. Arizona isn't this. Right. You know what? People move to Arizona for what it has to offer.
Right. Exactly. And it's so new to me. Like, I grew up seeing, you know, everything was dirty. You drive on even when I lived in LA, everything is dirty. It's trash everywhere all the time. Arizona is so fresh. It's so clean. It's so brand new. There's things you can do here that seem new. It seem, oh my God, if you go take it to LA, you're in competition with a million other people doing the exact same thing. Right. So that's
because it's old there.
Right.
But see, what I see is fresh people like you, fresh people like my show director and producer that's starting something to help the industry.
Right.
Whether it's you doing what you're doing on your end with Scribe, and what we're doing with Desertwood Days
Right.
to showcase our talent.
Right.
That is two great things that's going to benefit those communities, the
100%.
Music, the film.
Right. 100%.
That's going to help. And there's a lot of other people doing things like that.
Oh, yeah. I would love to see Arizona become a staple for independence. You know, like it's the independent music or film hub of the world. You know, so you go to LA for Hollywood, you go to Atlanta for, you know, for their version of Hollywood. But you know, you go to these different places for music and film, and you know where to go when you want to get a deal or you want to get on television, you want to get to a certain level. I would love to see Arizona be that place where if I want to remain independent, I come here, I network here because they have the best platform for independent artists to make it. So you look at your Futuristics, your Vida Rulas, your bigger artists who made a name for themselves, who come here, here. Yeah, so they're here, but they're creating a platform for others to grow. You know, so
I totally agree with what you're saying, and I strongly believe that Arizona is going to see a lot of changes in those areas.
Oh yeah.
As long as one of the biggest things is supporting.
Yeah.
And that's what we tend to have the issue in. We want to say we don't have these components in place, but there are so many people out here working hard to bring these components, but we have to support them.
Right. I mean, support is it's a difficult topic in Arizona. I mean,
and why is that?
I really don't know, but I can honestly say I think it comes from the level of quality. So there's certain things. There's people out who are a little pretentious who think that, you know, it has to be Hollywood. If it's not Hollywood, if it's not on that level, I don't want to be involved in it. You know, so being involved in an independent project isn't as much fun because what's it? What are they really going to do? It's like kind of like I don't know. It's
what am I going to get out of it?
Exactly. Right. It's like I don't want to be a part of it unless it's big, but if it's big, I can't be a part of it. So it's like this whole. It's a cyclistic.
But that's the mindset. That's the mindset of the people that need to sit in the back and just watch.
Right.
We need the people that really want to see Arizona be on that level where it's supposed to be, a part of this.
Right.
So the naysayers, they can stay in the back and watch.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And that's what I mean. That's what it comes down to is those people who lack support. I've always lacked support. There's never been a time where I think that like someone has fueled it and said, "Yeah, Christian." Right. I mean, that's the reason why you see me kind of on the forefront, and I've put my own money into everything. I've dumped and done everything kind of on my own with my team. I built a team 10 years ago, and I've stuck with this exact same team.
And I've seen that.
No one has changed.
I've seen that.
And so
I worked with you some years ago, and I've seen the type of worker that you're. You know, and there is another guy in the community. I want to get him on the show, and he just, to me, he has that same work ethic and mentality as you. And then you guys are young men doing this.
Right.
And that is such a value in this community, to see young people out here doing such things as you guys are doing. Right. And it's not just one industry. It's like an umbrella of things that you guys are working on. Yeah. And it's not that you're all over the place and you're lacking. You're working in all those areas.
Right.
And you're knowledgeable in all those areas.
Right. It takes time. I mean, I think a lot of people who dibble and dabble, it's like, okay, what is the saying? Jack of all trades, master of none. Well, the thing is that through persistence, and I think that just a love for the game, I truly love this. I can say that I've mastered a lot of them, in the sense. I mean, I built the beta for Scribe. Most people, going from a baseball player to a sports agent, and so you think, no, I can jump on a computer and I can code up an app real fast, and I can drop it on the App Store, and I can get it to the point where I can at least get a minimum viable product, and then say, hey, okay, you guys can come take over. But that's really what it comes down to, is just, I think, sacrificing your early moments to say, like, hey, I want to be more knowledgeable in a certain area. I want to know how to do certain things.
And that's the great part about it, is that you're able to do those things yourself without sitting and wait on someone else to do them for you. Right.
Well, I wasn't taught early on. I mean, that's from picking up books. I mean, I've been single 15 years. I've been grinding since I was 12, first business when I was 13. There's there's a certain mindset that a lot of people see and they say, okay, you know, he's like gotten to this level. You know, my family, we finally have started one of the largest construction maintenance and cleaning companies in Arizona.
Congratulations.
You know, thank you. But that didn't come from just nothing. It came from a whole family of grinding. You know, my aunts and my cousins have sat down and worked for us. You know,
Hard work.
So people see an end result and they think that, there was something that was handed. No, it was books read, you know, YouTube pages studied. I mean, our last studio you came to, you remember in Scottsdale, was built by us. I mean, we didn't tell people, but it was just me and my partners. No contractor's license. We didn't get all the paperwork done. We built that thing. That's why a wall was crooked in there when you walked in. So, but it was YouTube.
But you did it.
Yeah.
You did it.
And
some people can sit back and want things to change or want things to happen, but they're just sitting back wanting instead of putting that foot forward to try to make it happen.
Exactly.
You're also a talent manager.
Right.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit about that?
So there's a little difference between talent agent and manager. A lot of like my IMDb says talent manager, so I get it. But I'm a talent agent. So the difference is the licensure. I actually went to school. I studied. I took a $10,000 test to make sure I was licensed to represent athletes and pretty much anybody in the talent industry. So that's the only difference. Really, they say agents just don't care as much as managers, and that might be true. I mean, we are here for, you know, to help people grow. Like I want to see someone take off. I'm not here just to be a part of, you know, make sure you wake up
one time.
Manager
and agent do have a little bit of different role there.
Oh, big time. Big time. Manager does care a little bit more. Yeah. They definitely call you on a daily basis, make sure you ate your Wheaties and got up and, you know, you used 2% milk instead of 1%. They're all in there.
That's their role.
Agents, not so much. I'm like, hey,
tell me what type of milk you drink.
Right. Did you make it there on time? Did you get your check? Did what we negotiate happen? You know, so that's really what since starting Scribe, so for about 7 months now, I've taken a step back. My marketing agency and talent agency, they do still run. They're ran by Etienne Walden. She's the best. She like literally is taking over everything. Eventually sometimes things will trickle up to me and questions will get asked, but for the most part, I've taken a solid step back from Resist agency.
And you're giving 100% to Scribe right now.
Right, exactly. So completely into marketing. So I'm the CEO and CMO of Scribe. So I do the marketing side and obviously just run it from.
So where do you see Scribe in the next 5 years?
Oh man, I see Scribe as one of the top 5 streaming apps on the market, if not the number 1 streaming app. I definitely see it changing the entire industry as a whole. There's so many things that I want to implement into Scribe that I don't want to kind of put out there and tell my competitors right now. But at the end of the day, right, we support podcasts and music for now. We're going to expand that. Vibeland Music Festival, which you're the first person to ever know about this. Has been in my head besides my partners, but it's a festival that's underneath Scribe Inc., which is our corporation. We plan to put together music festivals and film festivals and just do a bunch of different things with it. So there's a lot that's going to come along with it. Scribe is not just about streaming, and it's not just the streaming app. It is a community. It is for people, you know, big or small, to come in here and monetize your creativity better.
Right,
you know.
Right. So. And what more to add to that than the film industry also, because hey, you need music and film. So I mean, it all goes together. It works hand in hand.
Exactly.
So where do we see Christian in 5 years?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'll get a girlfriend or something. I don't know.
You gotta slow down for them to catch up with you.
No, I'm just kidding. It's personally, I really look forward to spending a lot more time with my family, doing a lot more things with my mom and my dad, traveling. We're getting into those things now, obviously, but when you hustle for so long and you're like head down, like just banging pavement every single day, you miss out on a lot of things with family and friends and stuff like that.
I know you're a proud uncle.
I am. Yes. I'm a proud uncle of 5, soon to be 6. Both of my brothers have been cranking out babies over the last 2 years.
Somebody has to do it.
Somebody has to. My mom is on like cloud 9 right now. She loves all my nieces and nephews, but I am a very proud uncle. I mean, and I'm just I can't wait to like build with them even more.
But you know what? You were setting a great example for all those little ones.
I'm trying
your
to.
entire family is with all that you're doing in the community. And as an Arizona native, I tell you, I strongly welcome you guys.
I appreciate it.
Because you're doing a lot for Arizona out here.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I always say I'm trying to work hard so that my daughter and nieces don't have to be on the cover of a promo model or promo whatever club promotional flyer thing. Not there's anything wrong with that.
Don't be having folks calling us saying
They can call. They won't call you. They'll call me. I'll take the heat.
Look, we got offended on that.
They can take it. Look, no offense to anybody who does it. I just don't want my daughter to do it. That's
right.
all.
And that's a right.
And that's all on me. So call me.
So where can our audience find you?
Obviously, you can find us at ChristianPhyfier.com, Scribe Streaming. Everything's kind of the only difference is the Y, SCRY, and then Christian Phyfier on Instagram. That's probably where I'm most active. Is on Instagram. Oh. But before we go, I definitely want to make sure I hook you up with some Scribe swag.
Yes.
So make sure I saw you wear a little purple shirt.
Yes, thank you. Very much appreciate. Scribe was in the house today.
Shout out Christine Owen. She designs all of our gear. She made sure my shoes match my shirt. So she's all on point with that. So shout out Christine.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, it was such a pleasure having you here today, and we look forward to hearing more from Scribe.
Oh yeah, you will.
So hopefully we'll see you again.
I hope so.
Yes.
Have me back.
And we thank you for joining us here today on Desertwood Days, and we will catch you next time. Bye.